Welcome to True Projects. In this video, we are going to see a cybersecurity knowledge graph for advanced persistent threat organization attribution. Introduction. The enduring nature of advanced persistent threats APTs presents a constant challenge for network defenses in the field of cybersecurity. Current techniques that concentrate on extracting cyber threat intelligence from open sources fall short of capturing the intricate dynamics of APT attacks. This project responds by introducing a novel strategy that makes use of a knowledge graph created from datasets on APT attacks. A model to identify APT attacks in network test data is developed by combining ontology and deep learning techniques, introducing in a new era of intelligent threat identification. Objective of the project. This project's goal is to improve cybersecurity by introducing a cutting-edge method for identifying advanced persistent threats APTs. The project aims to develop a sophisticated model that makes use of deep learning techniques to recognize APT attacks in network test data by leveraging a knowledge graph built from APT attack datasets. The project aims to enable accurate, effective, and intelligent identification of APT threats through the integration of ontology and expert knowledge, thereby improving network security. Requirements. These are the requirements needed to execute this project. Hardware requirements. Operating system of Windows, processor of i5 and above, RAM of 4 GB and above, hard disk of 20 GB and above. Software requirements needed are Python, ideally of Python 3.7 version. To execute this project, we have designed the following modules. The first module is upload APT attack dataset. In this module, the APT attack dataset is uploaded to the application. The dataset contains records of various APT attacks, their characteristics, and potentially some associated attributes. This dataset forms the basis for training and testing the detection model. The second module is knowledge graph from dataset. Here, the APT attack dataset is utilized to construct a knowledge graph. A knowledge graph is a structured representation of data where entities are linked by relationships. This graph depicts how different APT attacks are interconnected based on various attributes and characteristics, thereby revealing patterns and insights about attack behaviors. The third module is preprocessed dataset. In this module, the dataset undergoes pre-processing steps to ensure its suitability for training the deep learning model. These steps could include handling missing values, shuffling the data for randomness, normalizing features to bring them to a common scale, and splitting the dataset into training and testing subsets. The next module is run BI-LSTM with GRU algorithm. The deep learning algorithm is employed in this module, combining two powerful recurrent neural network architectures, bidirectional long short-term memory and gated recurrent unit. These architectures are designed to capture sequential patterns in data, making them ideal for analyzing the temporal nature of network activities and identifying APT attacks. The trained model is used to predict whether a given data instance contains an APT attack or not. The next module is comparison graph. This module involves generating graphs that compares the performance metrics of the trained model. Metrics such as accuracy, precision, recall, and F-score are plotted to visually assess the effectiveness of the developed approach. The last module is attack detection from test data. Here, the model trained in the previous step is applied to new unseen test data. The deep learning model analyzes the data instances and predicts whether each instance corresponds to a normal network behavior or an APT attack. This model showcases the model's practical application in real-world scenarios. Execution of the project. To execute this project, first we need to open the code folder which contains the project source code files. So, this is the dataset folder in which I have APT attack dataset and test data. I'm opening the APT attack dataset. So these highlighted rows contain words from the dataset and remaining rows contain average frequency of each word under that column word name. This dataset will be input to deep learning algorithm to train an APT attack detection model. Close this dataset, and this is the test data on which we will predict the attack. So this is the model folder in which I have pickle and .hdfi files which contain algorithm information. These files will be loaded into the project code during runtime to utilize the trained models. This is the dataset link text document in which I have a link to download the required dataset. These are Python main code files and this is the run.bat file. Instead of executing the program through command line interface, we have created Windows bat file to execute the project. Now double click on run.bat file. This graphical user interface will be opened. With this, we're interacting with the program. We have used Tkinter library to create this graphical user interface. Now click on Upload APT Attack Dataset button. A dialog box opens, select the dataset and click on Open. So in this graph, on x-axis I have the APT attack names and on y-axis I have corresponding frequency of attacks. So this graph provides a visual representation of the occurrence frequency of each attack within the dataset. Close this graph and in the text area we can see a confirmation that dataset is loaded, and these are top 5 rows of the data and there are 266 columns in the data. Now click on Knowledge Graph from Dataset button. So here we have generated a knowledge graph that showcases different types of attacks. Close this graph. Now click on Preprocess Dataset button. So in the text area we can see total records found in dataset are 1415. This total dataset is split into train and test sets in the ratio of 80:20. Now train set includes 1132 records and test set includes 283 records. Train set is for training the models and test set is for evaluating the performance of the models. Now click on Run BI LSTM with GRU algorithm button. So this is the proposed BI LSTM with GRU layers confusion matrix graph. So in this graph on x-axis I have the predicted class and on y-axis I have true class. These diagonal boxes are the true classifications, the correct classifications, and the remaining boxes are the misclassifications. And we can see there are very few misclassifications. Close this graph and in the text area we can see the performance metrics, that is accuracy, precision, recall and F-score of the proposed BI LSTM with GRU layers model. Now click on Comparison Graph button. So in this graph on x-axis I have the performance metrics, accuracy, precision, recall and F-score, and on y-axis I have the values. And we can see the proposed model is doing well in all the performance metrics. Close this graph and now click on Attack Detection from Test Data button. A dialog box opens, select the test data and click on Open. So in the square brackets I have the test record, and after the square brackets, after the arrow, we can see the predicted APT attack. So for this record, it has predicted it as Hurricane Panda. And we can scroll down text area to see the predictions for all the test records. Now click on Exit button to exit from this window. And the conclusion here is, this project effectively tackles the difficult problem of locating advanced persistent threats APTs in network environments. The developed model exhibits impressive accuracy in identifying APT attacks by utilizing deep learning techniques and a knowledge graph created from datasets on APT attacks. The model's accuracy and effectiveness are increased by incorporating ontology and expert knowledge, opening the door for better cybersecurity decision making. This groundbreaking method has the potential to revolutionize threat detection and strengthen network security defenses against enduring and complex threats.
Thank you for watching video. For more projects please visit our website www.trueprojects.in. For updates on latest project videos, please visit True Projects YouTube channel and subscribe.